Hey, we're live. Hello, everyone. I'm just trying to find where I put it. I hope I haven't sat on it. We're going to make a little windsurfer, which is comes from a wonderful book from Peter Buchanan Simmons. Easy Summer Origami, and many thanks to Peter for this. I love his books. They've just got such a lovely warm feeling to them. And I love the idea of celebrating the seasons and just finding all sorts of gems in there. So as well as Peter's own new work, it also includes some traditional models, and most of these traditional models I've never known before, so it's been really exciting to discover these traditional pieces. Hello, Stephen. I know it's been so hot, hasn't it? It's just been outrageously hot. I think that's a good way of putting it. It was a couple of days we just had to. I really hope you've all managed to get through it, everyone. I took the approach of running a cold bath, and we all just got in it whenever we needed to. It's a good way of cooling off, actually, and just biding time. It's been a hellish couple of days, and I hope most people have managed fairly well. Barbara, you must be quite used to ridiculous temperatures. It's been very hot for us, the hottest day ever recorded here. I think it was 38 degrees where we are, and it got up to over 40 in some areas as well. So really bizarre. It felt like a completely different weather system that we don't normally have. But I guess of what a lot of the world suffers from all the time. I've heard of people camping out in cellars and wish we had one. We don't. So it's lovely to feel it's a bit of a cooler day today, and we'll actually do something. I'm still trying to find what. Where did I put what I was going to do? Sorry, just getting up, and I don't know what I've done with it. It's just one of those days. But when we be making something quite simple and quite lovely. Oh, was it on your news as well? Britain's hottest temperatures. Yeah, it was very strange, very surreal. We just shut curtains after a while, shut the windows, had fans on if you had any, but it was, if you at all live in a newer place, it's just baking, just not made for these kind of temperatures. Just thankful that it was just 2 days, but I guess obviously with time these things will become more normal. I hate these new normals. But thankfully things are better, and we can think about the seaside as well. So it's feeling quite summery. Obviously it's been feeling very summery fold today, and I will be back in 2 weeks' time again for the fortnight fold. After that, I'm then going to take a break for the rest of August, so I'm going to go on to annual leave. So I will have recorded a film now every 2 weeks, so there's still another couple of folds after the one in a fortnight, so there'll be more things to do. They are built to hold the heat, so actually where we live, it's kind of newer, and it's lovely in winter. It's always nice and warm. So really not set up, and if you're at all upstairs, you just bake. As I said, I thought the best approach, which was a good one, I think, was to run a big cool bath, and actually you could just get in it whenever you wanted to, so it's kind of not wasting too much water, but we could all use it. And that really helps. There's nothing like a cold bath to really cool you down. I found that helped a lot, but it was just wanting the time to pass, really. So the windsurfer, I don't know if you know this, it's a traditional fold. As I said, it's one which is quite simple, but it's really delightful. And I think it's only if you make it that you appreciate just how fun it is. I'm still wondering where I thought. Well, this is a practice one, but it's nicer in colours. I think what I'll do is I'll start colouring on one side. Maybe you could do that as well. I've just got a rough piece of paper. And so first of all I'm going to do is a quick bit of colouring. Definitely a scrap piece of paper here. So I'm going to do a bit of colour on one side. I'm thinking of a nice boat. I'm thinking of the sea. So I'm just going to do a bit of colouring first of all. And also it helps any of you who use origami paper, then you'll see which side I mean for which as well. Big shout out to Eric and Penny. I know you're taking a break at the moment. I hope you're having a lovely break, and maybe see you next fortnight fold. Very kind of you to send a message. Very thoughtful. I've also been in the hospital in person as well, which has just been absolutely brilliant. It's only a couple of times now, but so I'm going to Fortnight fold so that I mix in every other week, then I go to the hospital. And it's been such a hard time for staff and for patients, so really, really nice to bring something positive. Oh, welcome, Marnie B as well. All I've been doing. Hello, Lady Frag as well. Yes, it is an ebook, Marnie, from Peter. I really recommend. I don't know if he'll do an autumn one, but I'm really enjoying this. I just look at those lovely colours. It just makes me feel so uplifted. And it includes, some of these are traditional. This will be the one I'll show you next after this, which I just love. And some are Peter's own designs. These are Peter's own designs as well. So it's a real mix. And I love that he's picked the seasons. Good morning, Paula, as well. So there's all sorts of things. And he kind of organises it on level of complexity. So it starts off simple and of course gets more complicated. So it includes a gull and seahorse as well. That's the one I still need to do a bit more work on. But it's nice to have this range as well. And I just think that they're such lovely illustrations to bucket and spade. The spiral shell I love. So I'll be showing that actually in a fortnight's time. And I've just fallen in love with a lot of these. But I love the way he sets it out. And I have to say, even harder than origami is to put together how you fold things on a piece of paper. So it's just, the seahorse is lovely having it made it. It's on my to-do list, but it's nice to have these challenges, isn't it? So it's done really nicely. Again, you'll be able to find it through, if you look up PBS Origami, you'll be able to find his website, Peter's website. I think also on Etsy as well, you'd be able to find his books, and he's had a few now. So he had a sort of festive one, and then springtime, which is sweet, and then the summer one. So I was saying, surely you got to do an autumn one. I think it's even more of a puzzle, isn't it, Stephen? And actually, so I've been testing out, and I have to say I can find diagrams very hard. So if I'm struggling, I can certainly say, and sometimes I need tips. But it is new. Oh, it's not on his site yet, Barbara. Well, you can always get in touch and ask. So I hope you'll enjoy this. So this is from his book. This one's traditional. I didn't know it. The Windsurfer. And it's lovely because it's very playful. It's almost one you don't appreciate until you make it, actually. So here goes. Thank you, Lady Frag. Yes, this is a special one. And can you see? It is actually from Japan, this. I didn't buy it in Japan. I've had it in a charity shop. I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. And you can see it's a lovely shell. And actually someone who is Japanese did recognise it. It's not cherry blossom. It's a different type of flower. I can't remember. But it's done so perfectly. Of course, it's Japanese. It's not often you find something Japanese in a charity shop. Yes, I love it. Right, I'm going to make a square out of this. So I think actually I'm going to turn it over. So onto the white side. And I'm going to make a square. As usual. And I hope maybe you can have a go at racing these. Have any of you ever tried making this windsurfer before? Turning it over. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I love my jewelry. It's funny, actually, you haven't seen me wear much jewelry. I always used to wear a lot of jewelry. And since the pandemic, I just kept everything so simple. So there's nothing that could be an infection risk. But it's actually just because I've been out that I put on a necklace. But it's quite nice. I have a huge collection of different necklaces. It's that decoration, which in many ways is what origami is all about as well, isn't it? Decoration is a very strong, beautiful pattern. It's a gem, this one. Right. So if you have origami paper, fold it in half to make a diagonal. This is the white side, coloured on that side. That's it. Okay. So white side here, and we're going to take the outside and bring it to the middle line to make a kite-like shape. There's not many steps. This is a simple one. And as mentioned, I will be here in a fortnight's time, which will be, I think, the first Wednesday of the month of August. Bring it to the middle. But then after that, I will be on annual leave. But I'll have recorded more films, really inspired, and all thanks to Peter with his beautiful book, which means I can share some summer folds via Peter, which is really appreciated. Right, so have you got this? It could be an ice cream, couldn't it? Doesn't matter which way up it is actually. Happy? Are you all ready for the next step? So we're going to fold it in half. So we're going to take the bottom corner and bring it up to the top, just to bring it in half like this. That's it. Yeah, Adrian, it is really hard to make notes. I actually have a series now of cards. I used to try to memorize everything. I have to say, it does get quite hard work. There is a limit to how much your brain wants to remember. You can try if you really want to, but it's probably better things you can do with it. So I've started making notes on. I've just got little those kind of little cards, you know, that you can put in a box like file cards, and I make little notes. And although I don't think anyone else could follow them, they're not that good. It's enough for me to prompt remembering what to do. So I fold it up like that. That's it. So our next step is to take this side bit and fold it to the middle line, like so. Yeah, I hope, Eric and Penny, that you're having good times. Obviously separate things from each other, but thank you for the message as well. Again, the outside bit to the middle. And here we go. Going to do the other side like so. So it should be looking something like that. Is it working for you? I mean, that's a lovely shape in itself, isn't it? Do you know what? We're almost there. I'm afraid it's a very quick fold today. But sometimes the simple things are just what you need. And this really lifted my spirits. And it's so delightful to play with. And I think it makes you just feel in a summery kind of a mood. So our next step is we're going to take this and fold it from there to there. Just the top layer. Like so. Can you see? Take that top layer and fold it from there to there. Again, I might need to do it on a surface. Again, checking that everything's, you see, so it was like this, and I just folded from there to there, roughly. That's it. You've actually now made your surfer. So if you tilt this round so that this is at the bottom and tilt this up so this is vertical, 90 degrees, that is it. And I know it sort of looks like a boat. It doesn't look very particularly useful. But what's good about this is you can blow on it and it surfs across the table, basically. Let's see. There we go. As you see, it really does glide very well. So if you blow against this side, it will just whiz. But I reckon you can have some good races with this. Hey, it really, really floats away. So you don't even have to be outside for this. Yeah. I'm doing it slowly. But there's also, I think there's something very relaxed about breathing out. Obviously, this is one at home. This isn't one I'd be doing in the hospital, actually, but it's just relaxing to blow and feel a little bit freer. How did it work for you? Did that work? Oh, good. Did you know it before, Stephen, this one? This is all thanks to Peter. I'm very grateful to him sharing his findings. But he seems to find interesting traditional folds I've never heard of. To be honest, I probably would have looked at a photograph of this and just thought that doesn't look very interesting. It doesn't look like a boat. But it's only when you blow on it that you realise it's full of funness. And I think something to share with others. Or maybe just yourself. It works. It really does. No, I've never seen this before. I don't know how Peter keeps on finding new traditional folds, which are just delightful and very playful. And he said actually he's tried this with other people who've not done much origami at all, and they've really enjoyed it. Oh, enjoy that parcel. Excellent. Well, that's it for this fortnight. I know that's a very short fold, but I hope it's just simple and delightful and a good giggle. Yes, exactly, Adrian. In a fortnight's time, I'll be sharing as well another traditional fold from Peter's book. And I just love this. Oh, it's so delightful. So this really reminds me of a nautilus. Very beautiful. Yes, I think it is a breathing exercise, Paula. I think that's my... Well, I just always feel like it's just release of like that big sigh, but it just makes you laugh at the end of it as well. So we'll be making this gorgeous shell next week and fortnight, sorry. And then after that, I will be leaving you with a couple more folds over the summer period, which are from Peter's book. I just show you a small selection so that it's worth still checking out, thinking whether you'd like one of these for yourselves. But I love how it's a big series of things. I'm really glad, and I hope you're all having the shells really good. And there's no glue. It blew my mind. It took me a little while to get it. Oh, brilliant! You found it on Etsy, Barbara. Well, there you go. And excellent. Oh, that's really nice. And Peter will really appreciate it. He's been a very kind soul and has been very encouraging this work. And I really appreciate it because it's a little bit harder for us to find things myself all the time. So thank you to Peter. The shell is gorgeous. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it. I think it'll be the math there that's so beautiful, which I think Peter has a strong sense of too. So we'll look forward to that. So that's in 2 weeks' time. Let me see what that would be. That would be the Wednesday, 3rd of August. And then after that, I'm on leave. So I recommend everyone to try to get breaks. I know people are beginning to do that already. And take time outside as much as you can. A little bit of a break. We definitely store up in the sunshine, but maybe not too much sunshine. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, take care, everyone. I hope that lifted your spirits today. Blow some air into your sails, blow out and just relax. Obviously, that's one for you and maybe whoever's at home, not to blow over everybody, but it is a liberation, isn't it? When you can just relax and breathe. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you.